This store made $964,000 in sales last month, allegedly. This is an estimation from Shop Hunter. I believe it's on the higher side. I believe these guys made much more. And still it looks kind of in the red compared to the previous month. But in this video, we will be reverse engineering their ad library to see how they got to a point where they're currently running 430 ads. And I believe they're absolutely crushing it. So what I did is, starting from their ad library, reverse engineer their product offering when they started offering a new product. And the interesting thing is that they're following to the T our system. What we do at 99 Ads is pretty simple. Every time we onboard a new client, we look at their assets. We look at what is bringing in sales. An asset is basically a combination of ad, angle, and audience per offer per product. Now, when we do this, the goal is basically to build a portfolio of assets that every month keep bringing in new sales. Once you have an established set of assets, then you start building a brand new one, which might start with a brand new angle, a brand new audience, or if you want to build a completely new set, you launch a new product or a new offer. And this is what they did, and they did it surgically. They did it in an amazing way, and I think this video is very interesting because it shows you exactly a great case study of how we would do a similar thing without showing you data from our clients. It's sensitive data. We never want to do that, but I don't have access to this ad library. I never talk to these guys. I would love to. They're absolutely crushing it. But still, this is something that's just based on my speculation. So take it with a pinch of salt, but I believe it's a great case study. Now, I went all the way down to their ad library, and the first ad was back in August 5th, I believe. Yes. So this is the first product they launched. And this product is called Bloat. And it's basically a supplement that allows you to eliminate bloating and discomfort so you can indulge in your favorite foods with no guilt or regrets. Works within 1 hour for immediate relief. So first things first, the USP is absolutely strong. This 1 hour for immediate relief is something that we're gonna find later on. And I believe, as always, and this is coming from me who runs an agency that delivers ads, the ads are some sort of a loudspeaker, but you want to have a strong product with a strong USP that solves a strong problem for a clear audience. And if you have all these pieces in place, then your ads are just going to have a much easier time when it comes to converting people. Another interesting thing that I would like addressing is that from the get-go, they have different options. And as you can see here, they're optimizing for AOV right away, but they're also maintaining people in their subscription. Now, prioritizing AOV or prioritizing LTV is a choice you have to make if you're running a supplement brand. It's quite a choice, and it's very important to make sure you understand your unit economics of the brand. Sometimes it's easier to sell one product at a time, one bottle of your supplements at a time, and get them into your subscription. This improves LTV, but most importantly, lowers the cost per acquisition. In this case, I'm not sure they tested it. It might be. And results came out as in let's prioritize AOV right away. People stay in the 3-month delivery, so it's profitable and we can scale. I'm pretty sure that they're doing it, and I mean, you can definitely tell they're reading their numbers. Now, how did they start promoting it? First, they started with a broad audience, and the broad audience was targeting IBS symptoms and frequent bloating. And keep in mind, these assets are still running, so this is still an asset that every month bring in sales in a profitable way. Now, they started with the classic statics, which is something that, I mean, it's kind of an evergreen when it comes to supplements. And as you can see here, these ads are very simple. I mean, there's nothing crazy, but the text is very clear. If I have bloating problems, I'm interested in this. They're showing some stats here. This is more of a benefit breakdown. Here's more of a conversation, which leads to like social proof. We call it social proof ads at 99 ads. And the most important thing to notice is that, again, the strong USP, get rid of it in less than 1 hour, is something that, in my opinion, is what's making these ads work. Now, right after, they opened up a new angle. The new angle was bloated face. It's still bloated face. And as you can see here, there are 3 different formats. The first one is and how it works. It's a vlog style. So this is basically a breakdown of what happens in the first 4 hours of using the product, consuming their product. So hour number 1, this is what happens. Hour number 2, this is what happens. Hour number 3, this is what happens. And this is something that used to work very well back in the days. I believe it still works, and it's very good to kind of educate your audience when it comes to products that have a very specific USP, as in this case, and a very specific unique mechanism that separates them from the competitors. Now, the second one is bowling the alternative. Which is something that we use pretty much always. And in this case, the alternative was the gua sha. And finally, the transformation. So the classic before and after. Now, here you can find all the links to the actual ad library so that you can see the video ad. And this is something you can find in our Skool community. We'll just make this available in our Skool community. If you're interested, it's skool.com/ad creatives. Now, when it comes to analyzing other brands' ad libraries, what we do at 99 Ads is we try to understand what are the turning points of those ads. So, and this is something that I want you to do if you are analyzing your competitors' ad library, if you are ad library hacking, as we call it. And you want to make sure that not only you are copying the entire script, but you're trying to focus on what's getting people to purchase, on what is the actual turning point in the ad. And in this case, I think these are the possible turning points. Again, if you want to have a clear understanding of what are the turning points, you kind of need access to the ad account. And sometimes it's hard even with access to the ad account. But still, based on my experience, based on what I see working in other supplement brands, I think this is what's working. So in the first ad, it's fun and educational. So the educational spirit of that paired with some sort of a fun element makes it work. Here it talks about rotten egg farts. Like here you can see some sort of a nice composition. And obviously this looks like shit, but it grabs attention and it gets people to keep watching. Then in the second ad, there's an aspiring and relatable face that shows everything she's talking about. So there's a lot of B-roll that actually shows this person going from A to B, first struggling, but then solving her issue. And then finally, the third one is a transformation ad. And in this case, what's the turning point is the strong BNA, the strong before and after. And as you can see here, these clips, these scenes sometimes are an absolute home run. Sometimes they are a goldmine for brands. And I've seen it so many times in so many different brands, not only in the supplement niche, but you have a very specific scene that it doesn't matter where you put it, it converts. It makes that ad work. Other times you take out this scene from a very good ad and it stops working. So that's the turning point. And that's basically what you want to build with your content library. Now, the third audience they opened, they went a bit more narrow. So again, they started with IBS symptoms or frequent bloating. Then they went to bloated face, which is kind of an angle rather than an audience. But here they went for a brand new audience. So first, it was probably, I'm guessing, on the older side. Here they're trying to appeal to a younger audience. Here they're trying to appeal to people who want, to women who want a flat tummy and they want to look shredded. So obviously, as we usually say, casting is the most important part of your ad creation. And in this case, they found a pretty good and relatable spokesperson that basically where their audience wants to be. She looks exactly how their audience want to look like, the audience they're trying to attack in this case. And then right after, they're going even more aggressive with the before and after. 1 minute, 60 minutes. This is obviously kind of a strong promise. In how I get a flat tummy in 1 hour with array bloat. Pretty interesting. I love the way they started super broad and then slowly they're narrowing while still keeping everything active. So the main point, and this is something that I want to emphasize for this video, is that you don't want to chase the gold forever. You want to find gold, you want to deposit gold, and you want to make sure that you're still profiting from that gold every single week. So once you find a winning asset, now they know for a fact that broad audience, IBS symptoms, and frequent bloating converts from cold traffic. So these assets have to stay active. And how do they keep them active? You simply multiply these ads. So you create variations every time results are going down, or even you can do it proactively, which is something that we like doing as well. The same applies to bloated faces. The same applies to flat tummy and look shredded as an audience. And then the next one was a new angle, founder ads. What these guys are doing very well is building a community around Array, around the brand. In this case, the founders like getting involved with the ads, and the founder ads are something that work very well, especially with similar products where you kind of have to trust the people behind the supplement in a way, and everybody can promise the world and even more with their products, but if you're putting your face out there and you're explaining yourself how much you worked to find the right formula, to put it together, to launch new products, that's a very good thing. Now, right after this is quite interesting. So asset number one is this product Bloat, which I believe was probably one of the first ones they launched in general. In this audience usually is interested in a very specific set of supplements. Now, before Black Friday 2024, they launched product number 2, which was Tribiotic. Again, in this case, I'm making my speculations based on the ad library, so might not be correct, but looking at the ads and what they have in their ad library publicly shared from Meta, I can see that they launched this product right before Black Friday 2024, which makes a lot of sense. I have a very big audience that I built based on this product in what is another product this audience might be interested in. And I feel like this Tribiotic is something that fits that audience perfectly. Now, this is your all-in-one support for gut, vaginal, skin, and immune health with clinically studied pre, pro, and postbiotics. Now, same structure, exactly the same structure as before, but if you want to monetize on your list, this is the perfect product to launch. So I think, again, this was a great addition to the product portfolio. Now, the ad creatives, as you can see here, they went straight for the jugular in a way, because they already knew what works on their audience from these assets here, and they simply replicated for the launch. So in this case, again, this launch was good to monetize, happy customers. They already knew what worked, and they have a brand new problem that they're solving. So in this case, they went from get rid of it in less than 1 hour, which was the promise with the previous product, to this took less than 2 months. So again, we have a very clear timeline, we have a very clear problem, and we have a very clear solution. Then again, we have strong before and afters, and we have an inspiring and relatable spokesperson. Here, the second ad they launched is, again, fun and educational, just like the previous one we saw earlier. Again, there's a strong before and after, and again, there's a relatable spokesperson. And then finally, they launched right away with founder ads. We know they work. We know people start to trust them. So we want to leverage that trust to get new sales and to show that we're actually putting our face out there and showing people that we are working really, really hard to give them the best products. Now, this was a very specific audience. And at this point, what you want to do usually is broaden up your TAM, your total addressable market, as much as possible. And the way they did it was by launching a third product. Now, this is, in my opinion, very interesting. First of all, it's a genius product. This is basically creatine gummies, and it's designed for women. Most of the creatine available out there is designed and geared towards men. In this case, they built one for women, which makes a lot of sense considering this is their audience. And again, here they're probably doubling down on that look shredded, the last audience they opened here. Flat tummy, look shredded, so they probably got good results here. And it just made sense to launch a new product for that audience. So let's see, again, same structure, the offer is pretty much always the same, but let's see how they launched it. First things first, broad audience, classic statics. This is exactly the same playbook as the previous product. I'm not sure these are the first ads they launched for the tone gummies, but as you can see here, the copy says just dropped, so I'm guessing it is. But as you can see here, I mean, right away, sculpt the leaner, more defined you. And it's interesting that their angle from the get-go is all the benefits of creatine, none of the bulk. So they are tapping into that fear of women. It's almost stereotypical fear of women when it comes to working out and taking supplements, of getting a little bulky, of getting a little too big. So in this case, they're offering their product, their creatine, for the first time as a non-bulking creatine. So obviously they have their audience very clear in their mind. They know exactly what they want and they know exactly how they want to look. And this model here is representing that image, that result that they're desiring. Again, clear, this is not your boyfriend's creatine. Very good. And again, strong USP. When you have strong products like these ones that are positioned very well and from the get-go they're studied and they're designed to monetize an audience that you already know, this is a home run. In first asset, again, these ads are still running. This asset is still profitable. Then second ad, again, we keep the same audience, but now we launch the videos. So they're testing new formats and they did it very well. In this case, they added an interview style ad, a behind the scenes ad, and a founder ad. Again, everything here was already validated. I guess the behind the scenes ad is a bit less validated, but considering that they're building the community and they're investing in building the community, it makes perfect sense. Especially now with the third product, the brand is much more established, was much more established. So it was good also to invest more in that brand equity type of ad in a way. Now, the new angle, again, was scared of bulking. So here they're going a bit more aggressive on the bulking side. We already know it works. So let's drill a bit more on this fear that our audience has. So they added a podcast ad. They added a relatable spokesperson. Once again, something that proved to work from the previous products. And then some sort of a meme hook paired with a fun and educational video right after. This is it for this product. And again, they definitely tested many more ads than this, but this is what is still active on their ad account. Now, the fourth product, and I believe this was, again, this is where the operators behind these brands are absolutely crushing it. This is the MB1. So they call it faux Zempic. Faux means fake in French, if I'm not wrong. And basically, this was launched in June 13, 2024. This is when Ozempic pretty much went viral overnight. And they created their alternative option. What is this? 1 second. They created their alternative option that's natural, that's much more compelling to their audience. And this was a home run. By default, everybody running ads to sell Ozempic was in a way helping them sell this Ozempic. Very smart. I think the words here, the choice of words is very smart. And I think also tapping into all the fears that people have about Ozempic with the side effects, but this is a natural option. You have the same thing, but without the downsides. This is absolutely great. This product launch, I think, was perfect. And I believe it was a home run from the get-go. In fact, if you want to see, these are proportionally how many assets this product alone has compared to the other ones. So very interesting. Now let's go back here to see how they launched it. First things first, again, classic, they start with statics. By now we know it. Again, we're trying to monetize on happy customers, increase their LTV. We already know what works, so we're going straight for it, and we are solving a brand new problem. In this case, again, goodbye side effects, hello Ozempic. Very clear that they are building their alternative from the get-go, and they're trying to kind of ride that trendy wave of Ozempic. Spending money on weight loss medication, this is a better and more natural way to lose weight. Take MB1. Here, balance your blood sugar with MB1. Very smart. So here we're still staying super broad. We're still trying to understand if there's a fit for this product. And this is the easiest way to do it, the fastest. You don't need to prepare any shootings. You don't need to do anything complicated. If you run your own supplement brand, you can now, was not an option in June 2024, but now you can literally replicate these ads with GPT. You need no shootings. As long as you have a solid PNG file of the product, you can replicate something similar right away, and you can have your ads tested in like literally a couple of hours. Now, the second angle, the first angle, was again Ozempic. So first they went a bit broader with the different options. They've seen which one worked best, in my opinion, and it was Ozempic. So they doubled down on Ozempic, adding the videos, which is what we saw worked from the previous product. So exactly the same playbook. And they added the second asset here with this product. So initially, the promise was get rid of it in less than 1 hour. This was for the bloating product. Now, the Ozempic has become as little as 10 weeks. So we're increasing the lifetime value. We are increasing the time window clients stay with us, but it makes a lot of sense. And in this case, these are the ads. Again, if interested in watching the actual ad, just head over to skool.com/ad creatives and you'll get access to this entire board for free in the community. Now, what are the possible turning points of these ads that I just showed you? Again, we're going back to the validated elements from the previous ads. So again, by the time we want to work on the second set of assets, we already know what works. So the amount of time it takes to find new winners that we can squeeze and leverage every single month is much shorter because we already know what resonates to our audience. In this case, again, fun and educational videos, relatable spokesperson with strong results showing a strong before and after, and then again, happy founders, community ads. This is something that for them works very well. Now, another asset that they added was this bundle, the MB1 plus Tone. And this is the third asset for this new product. This is the landing page, pretty similar. The structure is exactly the same. Here they're combining these two products. I love bundles. It's something that I always say, they increase AOV. We already know what works for them. And we attack a new segment of the audience, which is the one that's convenience driven in a way. I think this is great. Based on my experience, I've seen many times bundles becoming the biggest inflection point in the growth of a brand. That's where usually you get the biggest uprise in ad spend. And you can do that in a profitable way because obviously, since you're increasing the AOV from the get-go, you are also increasing the amount of money you can spend, you can afford to spend on first-time customers. Let's keep going. New angle, now word of mouth. So this is something that, as you probably remember, we've seen in the previous products. So here, this is kind of a girly chat, leaked chat. You can see here, guess who reached their goal weight. That's right, Bob, it's me. It was the MB1 stuff. It finally got those stubborn pounds off. So happy. Just tried on my jeans from last year and they finally fit right again. You can tell what is their audience and what they want. So this is kind of a very relatable conversation for their audience, and it's a great ad. I mean, it's simple, but it's a great ad. It's still running, and it still brings in sales. Then the new angle was bowling the alternative. The bowling the alternative in this case was just the Ozempic, I'm guessing. Thinking about weight loss injections, try this natural and effective weight management instead. Same here, weight management without the side effects. In here, MB1, weight management without injections. And by the way, these are pretty hard ads to run. So getting them approved, again, confirms how good the operators are behind this brand. So these guys are absolutely crushing it, and they absolutely know what's up. Now, the sixth asset, now we're getting in the part that I like the most. This is where we start opening up new audiences. And every time we open up a new audience, again, our ad spend grows. It's much easier to scale our ad spend by duplicating what already works, but targeting a different audience compared to optimizing the same one asset, the same one audience forever. If you have to choose between improving and optimizing your one asset, targeting one audience from 90% to 91%, or from 90% to 100%, which is not even possible, or opening up a new audience, the easiest thing, the low-hanging fruit, is just opening up a new audience. Again, you know what works, you know what are the validated elements, you know most likely what are the other audiences that are interested in your product. So simply do that. And that's, again, what allows you to spend the most, the fastest. In this case, they went after the after pregnancy audience. This is a great audience. And obviously, there's a lot of weight management issues for that audience. It's a very emotional period of life for people who just went through pregnancy. And this is an absolutely great audience to go after. And if you want to add a new asset, this is just perfect. So meet MB1, your new postpartum essential. So we are forgetting about the alternatives, we're forgetting about injections, we're opening up a new audience. So this ad has to be relevant to this audience specifically. Manage weight naturally after pregnancy. I'm not a fan of these tiny little fonts. If there's something you can improve, it's this. This is something I would avoid personally, simply because it's hard to read, unless it's something that you don't want people to read. But especially after pregnant, I don't know. I would just make sure that the contrast is much higher so that the text can be read. Reduce water weight, postpartum pregnancy. MB1 supports your postpartum journey, yada, yada, yada. Very interesting. This is a great audience they went after. In this case, usually what I see is that you want to start with ads, and then as time goes by, as you confirm that this is the audience you want to go after, make sure that you make the entire journey relevant to this specific audience. In this case, the landing page is the next step. So first you validate the audience, and then you adjust the landing page and make it relevant to this specific audience. So all of the people in the landing page are people in the postpartum phase. All of the copy on the landing page is geared towards this specific audience. And that's how you improve conversion rate as well. Then new ad reviews. This is something that works. We've seen it from the previous products. Very simple. I mean, this is pretty standard. It works, especially with supplements. It works very well. Sometimes it's game of frequency. And these ads are very easy to do, very easy to launch, and like you're kind of playing it safe here, but it works, and it's a new asset we're adding. Now, the next audience they opened, and this is even more interesting in my opinion, is menopause. So here they went after women approaching menopause, women in menopause, and it's interesting again how the casting changed. Obviously, this is a great casting for the audience they're going after. In general, how they changed the copy to fit this new audience. And in this case, very interesting, they also changed the landing page. In this case, they went straight to a quiz funnel quiz landing page. And this is very interesting. I'm guessing this was also important for them to gather information on this new audience. But this is asset number 8 for the same product. Pretty sick. New audience, PCOS. So this is a new product, new problem they're going after. Same thing. Quiz funnel, again, different questions. The questions are relevant to people who are dealing with PCOS. In here, you have strong, inspiring, relatable spokesperson who's just explaining what the product is, how it works, and why it's so good. Then another audience they're probably testing, I guess, but this is the one that would definitely give them the biggest returns if they manage to crack the code, is the male audience. Up until now, they've only sold to women, or at least they only targeted women. But in this case, they are using a male actor to target a male audience. So this is pretty good. I think this is their next big inflection point. And I believe if they stick with it, they will definitely be able to get great results here. Finally, new audience, I think this is the last one, is retail stores. This is like an ad that drives traffic to retail stores. In this case, it's GNC. And it's funny because it was at the GNC that I've seen this product for the first time, and got me curious, and I searched it online, looked it up online. But very good. This is an offer specific for those who are buying the products from their retail store. So all in all, this is an amazing case study you can use to scale your supplement brand to $1 million. I truly believe this is the way to do it. You start with one product, one angle, one audience. Then you go from the same with the same audience, but 3 angles. Then you start opening up new audiences, and then you launch new products, and then you keep launching new products and adding new audiences. The more relevant the product to the audience, the more relevant the ad, the more relevant the landing page, the more you're gonna convert. And it's funny how the focus is on ads when the backend, what happens behind the scenes, behind the ads, it's so much more important than the ads. The ads is just the tip of the iceberg, you see. And this is exactly what you want to fix, what you want to work on if you're trying to scale your supplement store, but you're still not managing to do it. And if you want us to help you do the same and create the ads that support you while you're launching new audiences, while you're launching new products, while you're using new angles to target those audiences, just hit us up, 99ads.com/demo. And we will be more than happy to give you our thoughts on how to scale your brand, and most importantly, guide you hand in hand while you're scaling it. Now, if you like this video, please subscribe. I have so many more of these breakdowns and ad library hacking episodes coming up. So subscribe, like the video, let me know in the comments what you think about this new format. I really need your comments because I understand whether you like this format or not. If you don't like, this takes a lot of time. Like many people from our team worked on this. And if you like it, we'll keep doing it. If you don't like, we just stop and think about different formats. So let us know. See you in the next video. Peace.